Nordic skiing is a winter sport in which athletes use thin, narrow skis with two poles to glide and ski around cross-country trails, going uphill and downhill. There is a wide variety of ski techniques for skate Nordic skiing, including offset, two-skate, and the one that I will be focusing on is the one-skate. In one-skate, the poles plant simultaneously beside and just ahead of the bindings as the weight leg preloads or compresses at the hip, knee, and ankle, and then pushes off onto the other ski, which is now moving forward. The weight is immediately transferred to the new glide leg. The one-skate technique in skiing could also be classified as a sprint in running terms. The technique is generally only used in sprint races on flatter surfaces or slight inclines. The one-skate is most difficult technique for beginner skiers to be able to achieve as it requires balance, power, and perfect form. There are 5 phases in which the one-skate technique can be broken down into. First, there are the preliminary movements. This is an ongoing motion with no stationary position. There is, however, a position at which there is a starting position where the skier can go from preliminary movements to backswing to force producing and so on. First, the face is forward with the eyes looking straight ahead. The arms are forward and bent at the elbows and shoulder width apart. The hands are close to the body at ear level. The center of gravity is in line between both skis, while the weight is slightly forward, leaning over both skis. The hips are forward, and both knees are slightly bent. Balance and position of the weight and feet are the key elements in the preliminary stage, as it allows the skier to comfortably move and push from side to side. If the skier's weight is off balanced, either leaning further to one side or farther posterior or anterior from being in line with the hips, knees, and feet, the skier will not be able to produce as much force and possibly fall over as a result of being off balance. It is crucial that the skier's balance is in line between the center of the skis and that the position of those skis are in a narrow V shape to allow them to shift from side to side without falling and with maximum force output. As well, it is important that the skier's feet are in a narrow V shape rather than the wider stance because it allows the skier to travel more efficiently straight down the intended path as opposed to going further to the sides of the trail. In the backswing or recovery movements, the face is forward with the eyes looking straight ahead. The arms are now at the side of the body with the hands at waist level. Weight is shifted completely to one leg over top of the one ski. Weight is still slightly forward, leaning over. The hips are forward, and the leg which is over the ski is slightly bent at the knee. The non-gliding ski is more slanted now to get a better push-off. In this stage, it is important that the weight of the body is shifted over to one ski leg, allowing the skier to push and glide on that leg in the following stages. In skiing, gliding is very important to maximize distance and reduce the amount of effort of constantly having to push all the time. In the force-producing movements, the face is forward with the eyes looking straight ahead. Arms are extended behind the back. Hands and palms are open. The weight still remains on the gliding ski. Upper body lunges forward, shifting and putting all weight on the gliding ski. The hips are still forward. The non-gliding ski kicks out behind the body with the leg extending at the knee. This foot and ski are now off the ground. The key element found in this stage is the movement of the arms, legs, and upper body. Skiers need to get the most force out of every push to allow them to glide farther, which requires the use of the arms and the non-gliding ski pushing back and the upper body slightly lunging forward to get this glide. Without these movements, the skier can simply not get any force produced, not allowing them to glide or ski at all. In the critical instant stage, the face is forward with the eyes looking straight ahead. Arms are bent and hands are turned to ear level, shoulder width apart. The upper weight, the chest and head fall over top of the skis. Weight is shifted to the center of both skis. The center of gravity is at a state of equilibrium in between both skis. Hips are forward, and both feet are off the ground in a narrow V shape for a split second. The key element found in the critical stage is that the weight falls back in line between the center of the skis in that these skis are both simultaneously off the ground for a split second. This allows the skier to jump and transfer all weight on the opposite leg to keep the one skate going at all times. In the final stage, the follow-through, the face is forward with the eyes looking straight ahead. Arms lower to shoulder level, pushing the poles into the snow shoulder width apart. Weight shifts to the opposite ski, gliding on that one ski. The hips remain forward. The skis are in a V shape still. In the follow-through stage, the key element is that the weight is over top of the opposite ski. This will allow the skier to repeat all the movements required to achieve the technique and glide efficiently on each leg. In the rookie performer for this skill, there are many errors that could be corrected because the skill is so difficult to achieve. First, in the preliminary movements, the face and eyes are looking down at the ground, not looking at what is ahead. Arms are extended far away from the body and not shoulder width apart. The skier is leaning over to one side with their center of gravity out of line between the center of the skis. The hips are not forward with the butt pushed back. The knees are not bent, and the skis are in a wider V shape. In the backswing or recovery movements, the face and eyes are looking down at the ground, not looking at what is ahead. Weight is not completely over top the ski leg. Hips are not forward with the butt pushed back. The leg at which the weight is shifted onto is not bent at the knee, and the non-gliding ski is not in position to get effective push-off. It is not slanted. In the force-producing movements, the face and eyes are still looking down at the ground, not looking at what is ahead. Arms and hands do not fully follow through and extend behind the back. Rather, they only extend to the side of the body. The weight remains in the center of the skis or is shifted too far over to one side of the gliding ski. The hips are not forward with the butt pushed back. In the critical instant stage, the face and eyes are still looking down at the ground, not looking at what is ahead. Arms are extended far away, posteriorly, from the body and not shoulder width apart. The hips are not forward with the butt pushed back. Both feet and skis remain on the ground rather than being lifted off. In the follow-through stage, face and eyes are still looking down at the ground, not looking at what is ahead. The weight is not shifted onto the opposite ski and remains in the center of the skis or is shifted too far over to the opposite ski. The hips are not forward with the butt pushed back. The skis are in a wider V shape. The first drill in improving a rookie performance would be skiing with no poles, or also called a free skate. By holding the poles horizontally out in front of the chest or behind the back and just using the legs for movement will help the rookie skier develop a sense of balance and how to properly shift weight onto each ski leg, getting the best glide possible without having to worry about the poles. The drill emphasizes on balance and weight shifting. A second drill would be double poling. By skiing in a classic position, with the legs not in a V shape, and simply just using the core and arms for movement by planting both poles in the ground at the same time and lunging forward constantly, helps emphasize on the correct position of the arms and where they should be to get maximum force. Third drill would be poling hesitations. When doing the two skate technique, in this drill the skier should hesitate between poling movements to get maximum glide off each ski. This will help them feel more comfortable when being on one ski for a longer period of time, while increasing the stability as well. The fourth drill would be double poling on one ski. Similar to the double poling drill, the rookie skier will simply do the same thing except on one leg. For about 5 to 6 pushes, the skier should be on one leg and then switch to the other leg and then repeat. This again emphasizes feeling comfortable on one ski and getting the maximum glide out of that ski. Finally, gym or dryland training workouts such as sit-ups, push-ups, chin-ups, pull-ups, box jumps, explosive squat jumps, planks, dips, skipping rope exercises, ball slams, supermans, and deadlifts will also help a rookie performer.